What's up, guys? We're here at Go Do Work in the World podcast with
Phillip Mills.
Again, you run
Philphest events.
And again, Philphest, he's helped me with my parties, my events, everything you can imagine this man's got. So what made you start Philphest?
Philfest actually started in 2002 in my backyard. It started out as a local concert. The reason it started, when I was in high school, there was an end of the year party that I was not invited to. Shout out to George, because if George didn't invite me, Philfest would have never happened.
Thanks, George.
And, because I wasn't invited, I took that personally. And I said, you know what? Local music's big at the time. A couple of buddies of mine were in bands, so we're like, let's have a local concert and do it in my backyard. And from there, I was like, everyone is invited, no one's excluded, and it was huge. Street ended up getting shut down by police. Hundreds of people showed up. I was so naive. The band showed up and was like, hey, where's the PA system? And I had no clue what a PA system was.
You were just like, hey, guys, good luck.
Yeah. So we were able to, pull something together. And from there, it just snowballed. And over the years, by the time I was a senior in high school, it was an all-day festival. Thousands of people showed up. We had dozens of bands play, multiple stages. It was like a mini Warped Tour for local bands. And then, after high school, things kind of shifted. And a friend of mine asked me to officiate her wedding. I said, yeah, sure. I was good at public speaking, so I, decided to hop on. So I officiated her wedding, and it snowballed.
And just people started asking.
Yeah, so I started officiating weddings. Now, at this point, it's been 11 years since I've officiated my first wedding, and I'm close to 100 weddings that I've officiated.
Congrats, man. That's pretty cool.
And about 5.5 years ago, I met my beautiful, wonderful wife, then girlfriend, and my dream was to get into DJing and own a photo booth. And she was really big on pushing me to follow my dream. At the time, I was bartending on the side, and I was getting tired of, the bar scene. And she's like, follow your dreams. And that's the reason, one of the reasons I married her, because she really... She
let you follow your dream.
And she's a big motivator. And since then, it's grown into, multi-DJ, multi-officiant, multi-photo booth company. We have 4 photo booths, a 360 booth, cold spark machines, cloud machines, confetti machines.
You have it. You have it all.
We literally have it all. So
that's unbelievable.
We're a full-scale event production company or entertainment company.
That's awesome. Again, he's brought a 360 camera to my parties. The dome. What is the dome called? Is this a dome?
Yeah. I actually don't have a name for that. Yeah.
But it's a dome that lights up.
LED enclosure is what I put on the brochure.
There you go. You became an entrepreneur at such a young age that you had to come through so much trials and tribulations that, you're not going to do this, and you got excluded from your first thing. Yeah. That's crazy. People don't understand, they see him now where he's at. He's literally been turned away, shut down, and again, he just kept going, which is, again, now Philfest is one of the biggest things in Baltimore, Maryland. And again, you can find him on what Instagram, and what's your tags?
Philfest events. Fest spelt with a PH.
It's a PH. With Philfest, what has your biggest struggle been?
Biggest struggle has been trying to find a balance between business and personal life.
Okay.
My wife, we're completely polar opposites, and she has taught me the importance of downtime, family time, and at home time. And for me, I'm a go-getter. I'm constantly go, and I'm an idea guy. So I come up with new ideas every day, and I want to follow those ideas. And sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. But I learned prior to my wife, when we decided to have our first child, that I needed to buck up or shut the business down.
Yeah.
Because it was so time-consuming that it was, I had to decide to make the business automated or simplify or move on.
Yeah.
And spent a lot of nights staying up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, automating my business.
Setting it up for success.
Yeah. So my business now works for me. I don't work for my business.
That's awesome.
So that was probably the biggest struggle, was really fine-tuning how the business operates.
Yeah. Having that, you're a dad.
Yeah.
Like, you're a dad, you're an entrepreneur, you're a husband. You have to juggle all these hats, all these events. And again, like, a lot of people think it comes overnight. This man was staying up till 2, 3 a.m. to accomplish this so he can have his at-home family time and, again, love language time and having a great time. And, like, that's huge.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see a lot of us entrepreneurs, we are just go, 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 and we push people to the side, and you're just left with just the business and you're unhappy. Like, you're crushing in all different spectrums of life, which
Thank
is
you.
great. Like, what's the plans for your future with all your balance going on now?
So, obviously I'm an idea guy, so I constantly shoot out new ideas. But we do have a new service that's going to be coming about within the coming weeks, hopefully. We're going to put it into trial mode
Okay.
to get an idea if it's going to be successful. And then hopefully, if it is, we're going to turn it into a full-scale product. It's not on the East Coast yet.
Okay.
It's on the West Coast.
Okay.
But we're going to be, hopefully, from what I can tell,
Be the first ones
the first
here.
ones on the East Coast to provide this service. And a few years ago, I met with a consultant at a expo,
Okay.
a DJ expo that I was at, and he advised me to create a separate identity or brand for the photo booth side of the business.
Okay.
And so we've created a new brand for that, which we're going to be announcing in the coming weeks as well. So yeah, and then we purchased a building about a year ago,
Nice.
and it's fully remodeled. And now the place next door to it, we're about to obtain, and we're in the process of remodeling that to open up a podcast studio and some other business ventures that we're going to be pursuing.
That's awesome. That is amazing. Again, like, I tell everybody who's an entrepreneur, who's growing up in our age range, like me, you, and probably 5 to 10 others, like, we're going after our dreams and we're super happy, but they don't know how much time, stress can take up. Like, if you do not stop, like, how old are you?
I'm 36.
You're 36. Like, we're still really young men that can really keep pushing. Like, and you started this in high school.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not an overnight success.
No,
It has
not
not
at
been
all.
at all. Like, who has pushed you through all your 15, 20 years of being a badass entrepreneur into Philphest? Who is your mentor or mentors leading you up into this?
Yeah. So, growing up, had a pretty rough childhood. My dad got disabled when I was around 8 or 9 years old, and kind of really shifted the landscape within our household. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she was a homemaker. And from there, she had to start working again out of nowhere. And all us young boys, it was 4 of us. 3 stayed at the house. 1 was a little bit older, and we had to become the men of the house. And so it was a quick jolt into
Growing
adulthood.
up real fast.
Yeah. So right away at the age of 12 years old, back then there wasn't really
Age restrictions?
Yeah, and I had my first job, M&I Seafood, as a crab cake packer. After that, I would sell lemonade, and I'd go walking around the streets to wash windows at restaurants. So anyway, I was a little young punk, and I was headed down the wrong direction. And there was 2 guys that noticed that I was a good guy, but I just needed direction. And they asked me to work in their kitchen. And Seahorse Inn, shout out. And,
Right down the street?
Yeah, the 2 owners, Ed and Lionel. And, they were big mentors of mine and really guided me throughout my young years in adulthood. And, I've also had other gentlemen, a guy named Gene. He, did a lot for me as well. And I've been really surrounded by and lucky to have a great support system and good men to step into my life.
That's huge. And, like, the support system, like, maybe, like, at my household, I didn't get the support system really, and I feel like that's what kind of fuels us entrepreneurs. Is like, if we don't get that support system, that's fine. We're gonna find a way.
Oh yeah.
We will find a way. I don't give a shit how many nights. I'm gonna prove if it's my parents or these people or that. Sooner or later, like, some underlining scars or trauma is going to push us to be better than anyone.
Yep.
Again, like, we're blue collar. We come from pretty much nothing. And now people are like, man, you guys are crushing. I'm like, you weren't there when we were, like, crying our eyes out, figuring out are we going to take a real job, or are we actually going to go push, like, towards our goals and our dreams. And, like, that's huge. I tell this to every young man and women. When you pick a partner, Pick a partner that's going to push you to be better and to do better. This man is sitting here because he had the willpower to push, but he also found a significant other who I've got to train, who's an amazing badass in the gym, but amazing wife I see, and your partner to push you to be the best you ever have. And again, like for her to be able to push you to be the best, you have things dropping left and right with new businesses, new life ideas, and that's an amazing thing to see, which is really, really cool. Again, like make sure you check out Philfest, and again, follow them on
philfestevents.com, and we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and again, we're going to have some new services and brands coming up in the future.
So when they come out and they drop, I'll post them, put them on our story. Go check them out. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Phil, for tuning in. Catch you guys later.
Take care.